In this episode, we will rate dating apps in the Philippines. Let's begin by you subscribing to this channel, clicking thumbs up so we can please the YouTube overlords. Don't be lazy. Joey K116 on Reddit says, Dating app reviews Philippines. Tinder seems to have the most people to swipe on. The people and quality is very mid to low. Lot of trash, fakes, and lady boys. Maybe a few good ones could be found if you swipe long enough. I give it a 5 out of 10. Bumble. This app is very slow when it comes to swiping. The company makes it difficult with expiring matches and wanting you to pay for everything. Although the app has so many flaws, it seems to have the highest quality of women. Looks and good girls only works well around Manila area. Lots of potential to find a girlfriend. 7 out of 10. Pina Love. There are lots of people on this app. Unfortunately, I've met the most garbage on the site. Lady, boys, gold diggers, non-English speakers, and liars. 2 out of 10. Overall, the Philippines has some attractive girls, but most are not on the apps looking for foreigners. If you are good looking and somewhat young, you should have no problem meeting girls in public places. Stay out of Manila and Cebu if you want a nice girlfriend. If she mentions anything about money, struggling financially, needs a new phone, or straight up asks for money, run. Some obvious things in this person's message. Let's first take a look at his post. I agree with the overall sentiment of his message. One thing I want to clarify, seems like this person is below the age 40, perhaps even 35, and that's why he has this experience. The truth is, what he says applies to that age group. For older gentlemen, many of these will not apply. You simply would have to pay to play. And I do agree that most of the people, specifically on Pina Love, are trash and garbage. These women are on there looking for actual foreigners, so they can go ahead and get money out of them. Let's dive into the comment area of this post. Annual Recording says, online is a waste of time. Travel around. You can meet other Filipinos who travel too. Take some time to befriend them and then ask if they know someone. They will happily suggest a girl who matches your preferences and your personality since you befriended them. They will not recommend a scammer or a bar girl with other red flags. Have fun. Okay, and then jump on your unicorn and ride through the fairyland while picking flowers. Yeah, of course, this kind of thing would happen in a beautiful movie, perhaps maybe in your dreams. Most men that can afford to travel extensively throughout the Philippines are not young. They do not have the benefits of befriending random people to suggest girlfriend material to them. If you are that young and free, you do not need dating apps, and that would work in that situation. Let's be real. Most of us are in our 60s, 70s, or even older. We cannot do as this person suggested. Majority of you probably never been to the Philippines, never will be going to the Philippines, and looking for a wife somewhere that does not exist. Ideally, yes, that would be great, but let's get real. If you're dating online, none of the websites or applications are worth it. You may come across one diamond in the rough, perhaps, maybe a hidden gem, but overall, you are competing against hundreds of men who are already in the Philippines, and then thousands more who are abroad that will simply send money. Good luck trying to meet someone. It is possible, but I tell you, it's less than 1% chance you meet someone even worth your time. I'm Just Greg says, the rich girls of BGC have pretty much Western attitudes. Might as well date back in your Western home country. Not to mention, the ones into foreigners already have a lot of foreign guys on rotation for hookups. Many of them also don't know how to cook and don't feel like they should fulfill a feminine role in the relationship. I doubt any girl who can afford a Carrie's gym membership in BGC on her own would be wife material in terms of her general attitude and attitude about and towards men. I am based in BGC, and I know many such girls. For me, I was single. I'd go look for smaller city like Davao, where I found my girlfriend. You be valued more. It is a big difference in how you are seen compared to BGC Makati, and it's obvious everywhere you go, from the mall to the Starbucks or the public park. Even the matches on apps like Tinder are better quality with more long-term potential in smaller towns. People with good family values and traditional gender roles are also more common and norm. Since its lower cost of living market, people's income and spending expectations are also much lower. Other good cities to look include Bacolod, Baguio, and those types. Remember, you don't have to date girls who broke and come from the broke family or questionable status, single moms, no parents, only uncles and grandmas, around 8 siblings, most of who are minors and need to be provided for. Go for the ones whose parents are working and they live a normal basic life with maybe one or two grown siblings who also work, and you'll avoid most of the scammers and gold diggers. But if you go for the rich girls, you make Western incomes in the Philippines and necessarily needed for Carrie's gym membership, you'll just be getting the same attitude preference you'd be getting in the West. This person's comment is accurate, but he fails to mention there are reasons for all of those. It's simple supply and demand. Some girl working in BGC earning good salary does not need you as a foreigner. She simply will hang out with rich Filipino men or younger foreigners within her own social circles, like you said, at the gym. The ones that are, quote, friendlier in smaller cities, why do you think they are friendlier? It's simple. They're poor. They need money. They want to get out of that situation. Why do you think people pay more attention to you in these smaller towns? You suddenly did not become more attractive. It makes no sense. It's simple. Less men like you are visiting those places. Therefore, you are a walking ATM to them. The ones who are online, they don't care since they can change their location to anywhere. But the reason why you feel better in these cities physically while traveling there is because you might be coming across with women who aren't on the dating sites, which makes sense. Okay, now it's back like 20 or 30 years ago where the foreigner, the rich guy, is in town. However, the ones online does not matter. They all want the same thing. Keep that in mind. It's simple, supply and demand, and there's definitely less supply in smaller towns. And the ones that could go to bigger towns and cities have already gone. So the women that you are dealing with are the less educated, the more impoverished, and people with less option. Thus, the reason why they are still single or still staying in that small town of theirs. Many other comments regarding these dating apps. Rare Hovercraft, who's a female, says, I actually haven't tried Tinder and Bumble yet. As for Penal Love, which I finally deleted a couple months back after realizing it just wasn't working for me, is full of guys who aren't great, to be honest. The guys on there never really seemed like they were looking for anything serious. It was always the same old story, a lame one-liner to break the ice, followed by dry, boring conversation that never went anywhere. I'm still on these sites, but other ones. The only dating app I have now on my phone is Tinder. I wish you well on your search. This person sheds a light, a rare insight from a female perspective, but there's a reason why men are this way, because the other 99 women they spoke to did not know how to hold a conversation. By the time they get to you, they no longer have the energy, the care, or desire to treat you as an equal. That's why it's difficult online, because you come across so many different scenarios and it's hard to understand who belongs in which category. And now for the best comment, I think, by Nobody Adventurous. I've seen a lot of vloggers say that. They're saying that online is dead and it's better to meet women in person in the Philippines. The truth is dating in the Philippines is just not good anymore. A cultural shift has happened in the last couple of decades and it's continuing to happen. Philippines is not really a family oriented as it used to be. These women don't want relationships. They want money. Your money for free. Every Filipina dreams of marrying some lowlife lush next door. There's no such thing as a single Filipina, and oftentimes their men put them up to it. Yes, there's such bums that they encourage their own wives to scam foreigners. How many of us can agree with that comment? Women now do not have to put in any effort to be in a situation where they receive remittances. Men who are desperate, lonely, and just will never step foot in the Philippines want to tell their homeboys they have girlfriends in the Philippines, send daily, weekly, monthly, whatever time frame, quote, allowance to the girlfriend so she can have a better life, supposedly. However, she's doing the same thing to multiple other men, and you are all the suckers for doing this, while she spends it with her local boyfriend or husband. Who do you think fills out these restaurants? How is it that every restaurant is packed with people when the minimum wage was simply buy them two beverages at these restaurants? It makes no sense. It's either those hardworking OFWs breaking their backs or men who send money without thinking twice. Yesterday's video was on the truth about annulments. The best comment is from Vedam Pastor. Dear foreigners, you've already lost if you want an annulment, if you cohabitate, if you're looking for love, if you travel to the Philippines for a woman, if you buy anything, i.e., land, condo, and build a house, if your name is not Cheap Charlie, if your girl is different and special. P.S. Travel for you and 100% independent you. I'm giving you a personal invitation to be selfish for your self-preservation because healthy is the new selfish, baby. Cheers. There is no worst comment from yesterday. Time for today's catfish. How do you go from this to this? Subscribe so we can spread the truth about this country. Thanks for watching. God bless.